As we look at Bill O'Brien and Pete Golding, it appears that, or it looks like Coach Saban will keep his hands on both of those two, having both of them in for the 2022 season, starting off here in the spring. Now, I know people say, Steven, never say never. The Patriots could hire Bill O'Brien. A move could be made, a move could be made, a move could be made. But as of right now, it seems like New England's no longer interested. No other NFL team is interested. So it looks like now Alabama, Nick Saban keeping his hands on both O'Brien and Golding for at least a second year of these two being together. And one thing about Coach Saban, as much as there are moments where he likes to hit the reset button on his coaching staff every 2 to 3 years or so, especially if he's coming off a loss in a national championship game or did not get to the title game, it always seems like that very next spring, he's like angry, energetic. He's like angry, excited. He's like angry, motivated. He goes on a just cutting them off spree of cleaning house. And you are seeing 2 or 3 or 4 brand new coaches brought in. But as much as he enjoys hitting the reset button on the coaching staff, more so than that, he talks about having stability, having continuity on his coaching staff, having some holdover, some carryover from one staff to the next. And in keeping O'Brien and Pete Golding, contrary to popular belief of some people, this is actually a good thing. I know some people have their reservations. They have their thoughts on O'Brien. He was awful. He was terrible. He was trash. Get him out of here. Tired of O'Brien in here. Let go of Billy O. We got the bags packed right now. We got the U-Haul right now. Get Billy O out of here. As much as people have those reservations, as much as folks have these reservations, get Golden out of here. Get Golden out of here. He's outstayed his welcome. Get Pete out of here. As much as people have reservations for both guys, let's look at it here. Both guys, despite the inconsistencies at times, both guys, despite the ups and downs, both guys, despite the fact that the team early on last season did not have much of a chemistry or an identity whatsoever, still got to the SEC championship and won. Still got to the Cotton Bowl and beat Cincinnati. Still got to the national championship game against Georgia, and if not for 5 drop passes, would be holding the national championship right now, even though Georgia did its thing in the matchup. So still, despite all the craziness, both of those two, O'Brien and Golding, had success. So holding on to them for another season starting up here in the spring, a good thing. And the reason why it's a good thing is you look at it, when Coach Saban's been able to hold on to the same offensive coordinator and the same defensive coordinator for multiple years, a national championship has become of it, especially in year 2. You go back to 2008, where it all started. Jim McElwain, offensive coordinator, Kirby Smart, defensive coordinator. Didn't win the national championship in 2008, but 2009, both together in year 2, we're talking an SEC championship and a national championship. I mean, look at McElwain and Kirby Smart also won the first of 2 back-to-back championships with that 2011 team, kicking that thing off right there. Then you go to 2014, where Lane Kiffin partners up with Kirby Smart. 2014, Alabama didn't win the national championship, but 2015, year 2 of both of these guys together, SEC championship and national championship. And then you go to 2020 or 2019, the first year with Sarkisian and Pete Golding together, did not win the SEC, did not win a national championship, but 2020, year 2 of both of these guys together, won the SEC, won the national, a perfect undefeated season. So you're seeing the other pattern here. When Saban's able to keep both guys, have an offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator combination for more than a season, for multiple years, usually in year 2, the combo being together, a national championship comes out of it. And starting this thing off with Bill O'Brien, last year was needed for him, right? He needed last year because especially with after what happened in his NFL career with the Houston Texans and him being let go like that, and the only call he got was from Coach Saban to come to Alabama and to come to Tuscaloosa, having to learn the lingo and adjust to the lingo, adjust to the college game, adjust to so many different things, and kind of having to understand you're not in the NFL anymore. You're in college football. You don't have to do everything anymore. Nick Saban's the head honcho. Just man your cubicle. Just man your station. Just do your job and call in the offense. And it kind of took O'Brien a while to kind of get the gist of, okay, I'm not in the pros anymore. Okay, I'm in college ball. Nick Saban is the main guy. All my job is to just run the offense. So having a full off season to kind of look back at all the bumps and the lumps that he took, he'll be able to write down, okay, this worked, that didn't work. This worked, that got me cussed out. This worked, that got me obliterated by the fans. So he's going to have a chance to sit down and kind of write all of this out, and then also be able to implement some things to make the offense even better, whether it's jet sweeps, whether it's screens, whether it's misdirections, anything to keep a defense guessing in terms of that creativity that U.S. fans want. Now O'Brien can actually sit down and go through all of this. And the good thing is he has the relationship, the rapport with Bryce Young. Bryce Young likes him. He likes Bryce Young. The two have a mutual respect and understanding of each other. So that's good also. So that's the main thing for Bill O'Brien. He needed last year. But now, in the offseason, can he take the lumps and the bumps, learn from them, implement new things, get a more concrete understanding of the expectation that Coach Saban wants from him? So that's Bill O'Brien. When you look at Pete Golding, I think for Coach Pete, and he has been building this progression, right? The defense has improved each year under his tutelage, especially last season down the stretch. The guys were playing with their hair on fire after the Texas A&M matchup. The one thing I want to see from Coach Golding is watching NFL teams like the Baltimore Ravens, the LA Rams, just different teams that have more than one blitz package, because those defenses ran by Kirby Smart and Jeremy Pruitt. You saw where it was not just the inside linebacker blitz, but they had the outside linebacker blitz. They had the defensive end blitz. They had the twist tango defensive tackle blitz. You would have Javier Arenas and Minkah Fitzpatrick coming off the edge, taking your head off at corner blitz. It's like Kirby Smart and Jeremy Pruitt had some blitzes for you, all right? I mean, they had some blitzes for you. And it kept offensive coordinators, it kept offensive linemen terrified. Quarterbacks were being buried because a blitz was coming every single way, and you couldn't figure out where it would come from, and the offenses couldn't time where it was coming from, but the defense timed it down with perfection. So for Pete Golding, it's adding on to advancing, broadening his blitz packages, broadening his pressure schemes, because he's got the guys to do it with. In returning Will Anderson, in returning Dallas Turner, and having Byron Young, you've got guys on this team that can come off the edge, that can blitz off the edge, that can blitz up the middle. You've got guys that can do that. So adding on to his blitz packages will be what I want to see from Coach Golding. But having both guys back, starting off in the spring, this is a good thing, because the combination of having your coordinators, your same coordinators for multiple seasons, by year 2, a national championship happens. So hopefully these two will continue that success and not drop the ball there.